Alexis Mac Allister has been pulled into a furious loyalty scandal after his mother made one brutal admission about England. Silvina Riela said, "I had a pretty negative image of England." That sentence alone was enough to ignite the argument, because Silvina is not an ordinary supporter watching from home. She is the mother of one of Argentina's most important midfielders, the woman who followed Alexis through the biggest move of his career, and the person now accused of placing family before country at the worst possible moment. Her words arrived while Argentina's rivalry with England was burning hotter than it had in years. Supporters were preparing for another historic clash. National pride was everywhere. Old wounds had returned. Every chant, every flag, and every gesture carried meaning. Then, Silvina admitted she had once wanted nothing to do with England. And now, Alexis is the one caught in the middle. His mother's statement has turned his family into a target for angry Argentina supporters. They see a household that moved to England, built a life there, welcomed an English-born child, and then refused to join one of Argentina's most famous anti-English chants. For Alexis, the danger is obvious. He wears Argentina's shirt, but his club career was built in England. His family lives inside both worlds. His daughter was born there. His mother now speaks warmly about the country she once rejected. That leaves him facing the question no player wants to answer. When England and Argentina collide, which side does the Mac Allister family truly belong to? The controversy starts with what Silvina believed England would be like before she arrived. She expected a country that would feel cold in every sense. Cold weather, cold streets, cold people. She believed the English would be distant, proud, and arrogant. She imagined a place where outsiders would struggle to feel welcome, and where an Argentine family would always remain on the outside. That image was strong enough that she did not want to go. England felt like an obligation. It was the price attached to her son's career. Alexis had earned his opportunity in English football, and Silvina followed because he needed his family close. Her decision revolved entirely around him. She arrived carrying suspicion. Then the country surprised her. The people she expected to be arrogant treated the family with respect. The distance she feared was replaced by politeness. The family settled, Alexis developed, and England slowly stopped feeling like enemy territory. That change might sound harmless. To Argentina fans, it became evidence. Argentina fans saw more than adaptation. In their eyes, she had softened towards England, and before long, that softening was tested in the most public way possible. Argentina supporters began jumping to the chant, "El que no salta es un inglés." Whoever does not jump is English. It is simple, loud, and impossible to misunderstand. You jump, and you declare yourself Argentine. You remain still, and everyone notices. Silvina remained seated. She watched the crowd rise around her, but she did not join them. That was the moment the story changed from a private opinion into a public loyalty test. Before we reveal why she refused to jump, subscribe to the World Cup Whistleblower for the controversies and hidden stories surrounding the FIFA World Cup 2026. Because Silvina's reason was deeply personal, her granddaughter had been born in England. That single fact changed the chant for her. Whoever does not jump is English was no longer only aimed at an old rival. It now touched her own family. The child beside her carried an English birthplace and an Argentine bloodline. Silvina chose not to jump because she refused to join a chant that could be turned against her granddaughter. But her explanation made the backlash even sharper. Her exception applied only to her granddaughter. Without that family connection, her own words suggested she would have jumped with everyone else. That made her decision look less like a moral stand and more like a family exception. And to angry supporters, that was the betrayal. The moment country and family came into conflict, Silvina chose family. She placed one English connection above a national rivalry carried by generations of Argentines. One side saw a grandmother protecting a child. Angry Argentina supporters saw a woman abandoning her roots. That accusation landed directly on Alexis. He is the famous name. He is the player in the Argentina shirt. He is the one who must return to English football, while Argentine supporters question whether his family has become too attached to the country they were supposed to defeat. Silvina's statement has therefore become more than a story about one mother. It has become a test of Alexis's identity. He has spent years in England. English football gave him the platform to become a global star. English clubs paid his wages, developed his game, and turned him into one of the Premier League's most recognised midfielders. At the same time, Argentina gave him the shirt, the World Cup, and the emotional connection that defines his international career. Now those two worlds are colliding inside his own family. The deeper problem is that Alexis cannot satisfy both sides. If he stands with his mother, angry supporters can say he accepts her choice of family over country. If he distances himself from her, he turns against the woman who followed him to a place she never wanted to live in. If he remains silent, the silence becomes evidence for whichever side is already furious. That is why he is in deep trouble. That sentence exposed a divide that was already there. Argentina on one side, England on the other. Alexis in the middle. His mother's original quote now feels like the first warning. I had a pretty negative image of England. She arrived expecting arrogance and distance. She stayed because of her son. Then England welcomed the family. Her granddaughter was born there, and the country she once rejected became part of them. For many people, that is simply life. Families move, children are born, loyalties become complicated. But football does not like complicated loyalties, especially not this rivalry. Argentina's hostility towards England carries far more than sport. It carries the Malvinas dispute, the memory of war, Maradona's hand of God, and decades of matches loaded with anger. That history turns a simple chant into a declaration. It also turns remaining seated into an accusation. Silvina chose to protect one child. Argentina fans saw that choice as a refusal to stand with an entire country. And Alexis is now forced to carry both interpretations. The title says he is in deep trouble because the controversy attacks him from every direction. Argentina supporters can question his roots. English supporters can remember that he still helped Argentina fight against their national team. His family is connected to England, but his football identity belongs to Argentina. Every future comment can be examined. Every celebration can be judged. Every silence can be turned into proof. That is the trap his mother's statement created. Silvina chose honesty. She admitted she had once disliked England. She admitted she had not wanted to move. She admitted she stayed seated because of her granddaughter. But honesty does not always calm a controversy. Sometimes it gives both sides exactly what they need to attack. Her critics can say England changed her. Others can say family changed her. And Alexis is left answering for the emotional meaning of a choice he did not control. The final question is no longer whether Silvina likes England. The final question is what her decision says about the Mac Allister family. Did she prove that family must come before football hatred? Or did she show Argentina supporters that the family's roots are no longer strong enough to survive one English-born granddaughter? Silvina remained seated. Argentina noticed. And Alexis Mac Allister is now the one carrying the consequences. Tell us what you believe below. Did Silvina protect her family? Or did her shocking England statement place Alexis in deep trouble by choosing blood over country?